And how often over your 10 years of being a part of gang unit would you say music came up in your investigation?
A lot. Like a percentage?
Yes.
I couldn't even. 75% to 100%. I don't know.
Okay. And have you ever had the occasion to teach on how music and gang culture, about music and gang culture?
Yes, I think I said last time I had a presentation that I talked to other investigators and students about hip hop and gang culture and how they go hand in hand.
And how many times have you done that presentation?
More than 10.
More than 10. And just tell the court a little bit about what you talk about in that presentation.
In the presentation, I basically used movies, music, and showed through entertainment how in the African American community, they can be brainwashed through entertainment, and how gangs has been pushed on the African American community through entertainment. I think I referenced last time the movies Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. I didn't know what a Blood or a Crip was until I saw Colors. All of that is through entertainment. Same thing with music.
If you could tell the court briefly, what were some of the songs that you used as a part of your presentation?
Part of my presentation.
I'm more interested in his own training than his teaching other people. I mean, I get that he must have had something that from which he could then teach other people, but we're skipping that part.
So again, over the course of your tenure, you said you maybe had about 75 to 100% of your cases are with, may have had some type of music involved in your investigation. Have you had you yourself training specifically on how music can be a part of your gang investigations?
I took every gang class that they offered us. We took gang training through Gypstick. We took training in other jurisdictions. We took whatever gang training was offered in an effort to learn trends, music or what have you. We also had monthly meetings with other departments, and we also information shared about music, gang trends, and different things, because a lot of times something that was happening in Atlanta or happening in another jurisdiction eventually was going to come to Atlanta. And so we often shared this information over the course of my years through my training. And my own background, I was able to decipher a song, decipher movies and entertainment, and understand what's being said. And through interviews with individuals involved in our investigations, a lot of them would help us understand some of the music and some of the lyrics that they were saying.
Of course, indulgence.
All right, does anybody have questions? All right.
I want to hone in specifically on your training, right? I heard you say that you've given a presentation about gangs, but I'm asking you about gangs and specifically rap music and rap lyrics as it relates to gangs. What is this presentation that you've given, and are there any literature? Is there literature or any material that you have that you can share with us that you've used in this presentation?
I don't have the presentation with me, but in the presentation, it's my own accumulation of entertainment, music, and presenting. I present to kids, I present to adults and other cops, and educating them in the gang unit. A lot of officers don't understand what's happening right before their eyes. And so for myself, I was tasked with educating not only our department, but other departments when I worked for the ATF, them as well as students about this information.
What literature specifically have you used to educate either yourself or other investigators in regards to the relationship to rap and rap lyrics to gangs?
You mean, when you say literature, you mean like books, or are you talking about magazines?
I'm talking about books. I'm talking about learned treatises. I'm talking about studies, anything like that.
Training materials.
None of it.
No.
Magazines. We might use any hip hop magazine or different examples that's in a magazine might be something that we are able to reference because of the wording or something along that. When you reference books, I've read different gang books from other officers. I've read a book out of Compton. I think.
Sherrod Brown voted for the most conservative immigration bill in decades, and Sherrod worked with Republicans to write the law cracking down on the flow of fentanyl. But Bernie Moreno opposed the bipartisan border bill so he could play politics. Sherrod Brown fights for Ohio. Bernie Moreno's out for himself.
Training manual that specifically deals with rap lyrics as it relates to gangs?
No.
Okay. You referenced before, I think you used the words, my own background is used to decipher this information. You talked about movies. Mm-hmm. So are we talking simply about you looking at the movie Menace to Society? Yes,
I've seen it, yes.
Right, looking at the movie Boys in the Hood?
Yes.
And you're saying that that is what you have used to form your expertise in regards to rap lyrics and the relationship between rap lyrics and gangs?
What I'm saying is, based on my own upbringing, growing up in a gang-infested environment, my own education, my own training, as well as watching these said movies is where I formulated my opinion.
Have there, other than what you yourself have experienced in your own personal life, right, have there been any, for example, instructors, professors, or anyone else who have taught you using material or lesson plan in regards to the relationship between rap lyrics and gang? No?
No.
All right. Those are all the questions I have.
Anybody else? Any redirect?
Nothing from the state, Toronto.
All right. So, and then has a part of what you have done, how does that intersect with what you know about gangs? The music and the lyrics.
From listening, I'm a rap fan myself, and from listening to music and watching movies, videos, YouTube, I'm able to understand what is being said and what is being expressed. Of my life, it's just like watching anything. I can understand it. And by me being a gang investigator, a regular person might listen and think it's art. And it may be art. But for myself, with my education and my background and investigating gangs for a number of years, I'm able to understand exactly the message that's being kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? That's being given. I can't even think of, but I understand when someone says, I caught somebody down bad. To you, you may look at that and say, oh, they caught somebody down bad. But for me, that means you caught somebody and you were able to hurt them, kill them, or what have you. So I'm able to decipher what is being said. A regular lay person does not understand that. They look at it as just art or a lyric in a song.
Okay. All right. Once again, I'm satisfied that based on his training and experience, he can testify as an expert as to maybe a double meaning within rap lyrics.
Your Honor.
And it's obviously ultimately going to be for the jury to determine whether they, believe and accept as credible anything he or any other witness says. Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, that's my issue. I understand the court's ruling. I just asked you to consider what he has testified to. He has no specialized knowledge beyond the ken of any layperson. I understand his saying that what he grew up around. I grew up in Brooklyn too. And maybe there are members of the jury who have the same experience, life experiences as him, but that's not what the purpose of
I understand. I'm not basing it just on where he grew up. It's
Right.
his training and experience as a gang investigator.
But specifically in regard to the interpretation of rap and rap lyrics as it relates to gangs, he has not given the court any information whatsoever to indicate that he has any specialized knowledge that will qualify him as an expert, such that his opinion could go to the jury for them to look at him as an expert in that field. None whatsoever. And I'd maintain my objection. I'd ask that he not be qualified in that particular area.
All right, I understand, and your objection is overruled. I mean, this just happens to be words that are set to a beat. It's no different. All right, let's get the jury in here.
Career politicians gerrymandered our state and then they lied about issue one. So why would I listen to them? I stick with the people I trust. We're all voting yes on one because it empowers citizens like us to draw maps in a fair process. Vote yes on one.
Sometimes you just need those days where you put your physical and mental health first, so I decided to have a little self-care wellness day. I like to start my day with coffee and some journaling to ease into the day, then I got up and washed my face and got dressed. I don't know about you, but having a balanced gut can make or break my day. That's why I try to be aware of my fiber intake and incorporate Mirror Fiber into my daily routine. Mirror Fiber gummies are a daily prebiotic fiber supplement that have 8 grams of fiber plus B vitamins to support metabolism of carbs, fats, and proteins. Up next for my self-care day is going for a run. I'm currently training for a half marathon, so getting a run in is important, but it also helps me feel so much better mentally and physically. It's a great way to decompress and also
Investigator Dennis. Before we go back to where we left off at, just a few additional questions. You talked about during your investigation back in 2015, you were able to go to social media and pull things from social media. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
All right. And even after 2015, did you still pull or were able to view social media of individuals that were a part of that 2015 investigation?
Yes.
You have permission to approach?
You may.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State Exhibit 1TT and 544Y. Keep these up if you recognize what's in first, State Exhibit 1TT.
Yes.
And did you pull that from social media?
Yes.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of the picture in which you pulled from social media that contains a blue car and an individual standing on a blue car?
Yes.
Yeah, this time say like Senate State Exhibit 1TT into evidence. 1TT into evidence.
All right, that's admitted.
And then also looking at State Exhibit 544Y, is that a picture that you pulled from the Instagram of, whose Instagram is that?
It appears to be Shannon Stillwell.